call it out. Real talk, raw truth, and plenty of spice. Welcome to She Who Thrives.
We're your hosts, Caitlin,
Mindy,
and Harrison.
And today we're talking about relationships during the holidays, aka the most chaotic, stressful, romantic, and emotionally loaded time of the year.
Between family, kids, money, travel, expectations, and just being completely exhausted, it's really easy to put your relationship on the back burner. So today we're going to be talking about how to stay connected with each other and everything around you so it doesn't feel so overwhelming.
So before we start with that, let's do a little weekly check-in update. Anything fun, exciting, bad happened this week?
Yes. Bad, we found out we're not going to be in our house for Christmas.
Well, you got to tell the backstory.
My husband is a general contractor, as you guys know, and he decided on a whim that we were going to start remodeling at like 7 o'clock at night. When was it? Like a week ago, probably? Yeah. So we started ripping up our flooring, our baseboards. We pretty much did a full demo on our house in like a day and a half. And then we've had our painters come in, our new flooring. We've torn out our shower. Pretty much everything would be done by Christmas. But the problem is the cabinet guy can't get in there, and he's kind of doing it in between other jobs. And we can't be in our house while they're painting our cabinets. So we've been staying in an Airbnb for a week, and then we just had to get another Airbnb for like another 10 days. And yeah, we're not very excited about it.
I'm not a rude mother-in-law. I told them they were welcome to stay here, but...
Yeah, but there's not going to be room because you're going to have the Brady Bunch coming.
I told them they could stay till the 20th because Kate and all the kids come on the 20th, and Brady and his girlfriend come, and...
We also have a big dog, so...
Yeah, they have a big, hairy dog, and...
He's not really...
Well, he's not hairy.
My house is hairy-free.
He does shed, but he's not hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of our little update. We've been living in an Airbnb.
It's cool, though.
It's really pretty. I mean, it's on the golf course, and it has a really pretty view, but it's not cozy, and it's a 2-story, and so Brixton running around is so loud. So I'm so excited to get back into my own house.
I'm sure.
Even though it's half the size. I like small and cozy, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of cozy, we decided to switch up our background.
It's so cute.
Make it look Christmassy.
Love it.
Just want to hop in one of those stockings and hang myself from the... That sounded bad.
Don't hang yourself.
Hang myself up the fireplace.
Wow.
What happened in your world this week?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. Everything's a blur. Lots of packing, lots of cleaning, lots of Christmassy things.
Yeah, Kate and the kids come for 2 weeks, and they'll be here Saturday. They start their travel Friday?
Yes.
Yep.
To pick up Leo.
So that's exciting. I've been busy just trying to plan 2 weeks and make sure that there's enough stuff going on each day that there's not boredom from all the kids and chaos. And yeah, I got to get my little sanity time in there once in a while. Everyone's like, do you need some Xanax? It's like, no. I would be like that. I'm a lightweight. I don't do well with drugs of any kind. So
drugs.
Yeah, drugs.
Well, that's good.
The big pharmaceutical shit.
Yeah.
I've wrapped probably 100 presents, I figure. Yeah. I got all my stuff done wrapped. All Adam's birthday, which is on Christmas, done wrapped. And then Caitlin has been shipping all her shit here.
Thank you, Mother.
So I boxed everything up last night, and I probably have 40 more presents to wrap now.
Boy, well, there's more coming, so.
Yeah, just call me Jingles the Elf.
That's my elf's name.
I know, I kind of look like your damn elf today. Old man. I'm not a slick back girl.
No, his hair, I think, is down.
Oh.
I think he has down hair.
Down hair?
Is it long?
I think
You
he
have got to
does.
show everyone Jingles next week.
Okay, I'll bring.
Never know.
Well, he's buried in my garage right now, so I'll have to find Jingles. I think that he's actually in Brixton's.
How could you bury your elf at Christmas
I
time?
Messed
know.
up.
So sad.
I
You
buried about everything. I
You can.
have like one bra, a couple pairs of undies, 3 outfits.
Oh man.
I'm just gonna tell
Um,
Chase. Oh, looks like I gotta buy more stuff.
the only way. Speaking of elves, my 4-year-old has been questioning me every single day because she doesn't think that the elves are like real or alive.
really?
Yes, I'm like, she is unlike any other 4-year-old because my 9 and 11-year-old still believe in them. And she's like, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
She's so funny.
Have you had her watch the Elfie movie?
She hates that stuff. I don't know. We've
There's
tried.
there's a movie that is like of that elf because my elf looks different than everyone's like elf on the shelf.
Yeah,
But there's an elf on a shelf movie. Have her watch that. Maybe she'll.
we've tried. She just thinks it's dumb. Like,
She's like, I don't want this.
she stresses me out.
Well, Brixton's really into Paw Patrols and unicorns right now.
Unicorns.
Yeah, but he calls them corns.
Oh, cute.
Corns.
Just like that, too.
Yeah, just like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Do you feel big? Do you feel like we look like we're football players?
Yeah, but it's also because we're sitting in beanbags.
Yeah, we are. We're sitting in the kids' bean bags.
I don't know if I'd be able to get up out of that thing.
We'll see if your mom can when we're done.
What's one word that describes your guys' relationship during the holidays? Do you feel like it changes?
I I want to say, like right off the bat, I would want to say chaotic. Like with a blended family and 17 kids and travel and schedules and all the other things. But I feel like that's just our life is just chaotic. So I want to say intentional. Really, like the last year, we've really tried to be intentional with everything we do, like especially together. But we were even talking about it last night, like specifically around the holidays. We've really tried and want to just to be more intentional with everything we do, like the moments that we spend together, even the moments we spend with the kids. So I would say intentional.
That's good. I also agree. Ours is chaotic, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
I just feel like because we have so many people that we need to visit, which it's not even, I feel like it's really just like Christmas Day that's really hard for me, which we talked about this like during Thanksgiving. It's the same thing. There's just so many people. I feel like that we have to go see everybody, and I don't want anybody to feel left out. And so I feel like it really stresses me out. And then Chasen's just like so chillaxed and it's like no big deal to him. So I'm going to try very, very hard this year to just let it be. Like,
Mhm.
I stressed myself out so bad for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna let it be. We're gonna open up our stuff at our fun little Airbnb. And we did decide we're gonna get the Christmas tree so that Buggy can have his little. We're not gonna decorate it because I have no idea where my ornaments are, but we'll at least have a tree. And then after that, we'll come over and we'll see the kids and we'll do all the stuff and just,
Be fun.
yeah, just let it be fun instead of stressful. So that's one thing I'm really going to try hard at this year.
It
Because then it
is,
just makes Jason annoyed.
yeah, but it is hard. Like when you feel like you're just like a stress case and your partner is just chillaxed and you're like, why the fuck are you not stressed out? Like you don't get to just be like
No.
willy nilly, like chilling. That's not fair. That's
I
not
know, and you have to. Yeah, I agree.
like now. Well, now I'm mad at you because you're not in a mood too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Chilling.
Adam always tells me, because I feel like I'm the stressor in the relationship, I worry more about everything. And he is so calm. And even when I'm stressed about something going on with you guys, or whatever it may be, and he's like, okay, babe, can you do anything about that? And I'm like, no. Okay, then why are you stressing about it? Because all you're doing, because with me, a lot of my autoimmune stuff, a big portion of that, if I have flare ups, is stress related.
Yeah, me
So
too.
he's always like, "Hey, why are you stressing about it?" Like there's nothing you can do. So what is stress doing for you?
Right.
Which sometimes I'm like, shut
Let
up.
me
I know, I
here.
was just
Why do
gonna
you have to
say.
be so smart about
Yeah.
it? Why do you have to be so calm?
That's the one thing though. Just stop stressing. Well, if it was that easy, then I wouldn't be
You do it.
stressed about it.
Yeah.
And isn't that stupid that them trying to like talk us down and
Worse.
be the calm like makes it worse for us?
Yeah. You're like, just shut up.
I'm like, can you actually be stressed with me?
Yeah.
I think the holidays too, I feel like there's a lot of times now you have like multiple streams of incomes in your family. The wife works, the husband works.
Mm,
And I feel like now it's more, I mean, women can make as much as men can now, where I don't think that was ever a thing back in the day.
right.
But, in our situation, like Adam works, I stay home and do the domestic stuff, all the things that I think a wife should be doing. I try and do that. And so I feel like, the man has more of a burden of the financial stuff during the holidays,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably really hard, especially if you don't have the means.
Mm-hmm.
Where the women, I feel like most of the time, anyways, the women are the planners, the buyers, the wrappers, the everything elsers. And so our stress is so different than theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we both have stress.
Yeah. You see all the memes on social media of men, and it's like, oh, the face I make when the kids open all of the Christmas presents on Christmas, and I'm just as surprised as they are because my wife did all the shopping, she did all the wrapping. I had no idea. I just showed up.
Yeah.
There's a show that Adam and I watched this week, and it's called Oh, What Fun. Michelle Pfeiffer is in it, and she's the mom, and she's planning everything. The kids are older, and they come back home, and she plans this big, it's like Dancing with the Stars on Ice, basically. She
Jeez.
gets tickets for all the family. She has all these events planned. She's trying to make every freaking thing perfect. Everyone loads up in different cars to go to the event, and they forget her. People think she's in one car, the other people think she's in the other car, and they leave her at home. And basically, she's like the big F you to everyone. And she packs up and she leaves for the holidays. And Adam said he's like, it was really eye opening to watch that, and to see how, yeah, you do overlook all the effort that, and I don't want to say every wife, because I'm sure there's husbands, I know wives that don't cook. I feel like that's a wifely thing to do because that's what my mom did and my
Mhm.
husband works. And so I feel like that's my job to, cook, to make dinner, to have dinner when he comes home, which other people don't feel that way. And that's fine. Everybody has a different opinion of what that looks like. But,
Right.
he said, just, you don't think about all that. You don't think about all the prep and everything that goes into
That really.
making the holiday special that a mom really does put into that.
Hmm.
So it's a good show.
It's much easier to see the money that goes into it than, like you said, the planning and all the thought and all the little details and.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful for him. I don't think the men can be overlooked or whomever is providing, because we do have an abundance under our Christmas tree. And that wasn't provided financially by me, you
Yeah.
know, that's all him. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like our relationship really changes during the holiday seasons,
Yeah.
but we're at a different point in our lives than you guys are. I think it's different with the age.
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't feel like mine and Chasen's relationship necessarily changes. I think
Right.
just Christmas Day, he's like, "Why are you stressed?" And I'm over here being a stress case. But I feel like our actual relationship doesn't change, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah. I do feel like it's easy to push aside certain things during the holidays, like date nights. I feel like date nights are so. Speaking of, I told your husband, pick a night during the week. I will babysit so you can have date night. I feel like that is so important, and I know that you guys, he's so busy and right now that that just gets pushed aside. But
Mm-hmm.
even with Adam and I, you're going to all these Christmas parties and work events, and it feels like date night has kind of been pushed aside. The other night I left, we have this thing that has sticks in it that you pull a stick out, and on each side it gives you an idea of what you could do for a date night.
I was sitting there thinking, where is this going? We have this thing that has sticks in it. I was like,
You never know with her.
We have a date night little jar thing. And so the other night I got it out and I stuck it right in the middle of our big dresser. And when he came home, I was like,
That's the
hint,
hint.
hint. See
Oh.
that right there? Pick a stick. We need to go on a damn date. And he just started cracking up. I was like, was that not a hint enough for you?
I don't think we've been on a date in years.
And it's really hard for you because you have nobody there.
yeah.
I know. I'm like, yeah, it'll be so different being there and just like the support and the.
I know when you get here, your kids can come have sleepovers at my house, but I don't know if you'd want my kids for the night.
I literally tell him all the time. I think I've even told mom and Adam, like, I just can't wait to like be an aunt there like all the time and just be like, you guys go give me them for the day, or like let me pick Brixton up from preschool, or just I'm so excited I could cry.
I know, because you really haven't been able to. Like, at least when you guys lived here, I got to be an aunt for a little bit. I actually don't even, were we even married yet?
No.
I don't think we were married yet, but we were together enough that I felt like I was their aunt, even though I wasn't like married yet.
Yeah.
And I remember the night that you guys were staying at your mom's and stuff before you had moved, and I was like so sad because I'm the same way. I'm like, I've wanted to be an aunt for all these years, and my brothers are nowhere near having kids. So,
Yeah.
how do you guys feel like stress changes the way that you show up for your partner?
I know when I'm stressed about things, it puts Adam in a weird
Like mood
mood.
almost? Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. He does not like when I'm not happy.
Right.
So if I'm stressed out, he's like, what can I do to fix this? Blah, blah, blah. And he hates when I'm stressed out.
But then the worst is when there's literally nothing that they could do. And then it's just like, I feel like that's the same with us. Like, when I'm stressed out, then Chasen's in a mood. And then
Mhm.
I'm like, why are you in a bad mood? And it's just like a
Yeah,
cycle.
I agree. And it's like, there's nothing that you can do. Just like let me be in my mood for a minute, and then
Mm-hmm.
If you know you're off, as long as you can talk and be open and communicate that, even like that time of month. I don't have a period because I don't have a uterus, but I have ovaries. So I
Mhm.
still like get all the symptoms. I'm still crabby. I still get all my PMS stuff.
I was
But,
just
yeah, I've had to say, like, literally, I don't know why I'm in this mood and I don't know what to do about it. So how can I tell you? Like,
yeah.
you just have to understand that this happens. And as long as you communicate, hey, you did nothing. I'm just in one of those moods.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say. My PMS was so, I really thought I had like PMDD because my PMS was like out of this world. It was so bad. And I just had to be like, remember that shark video that we saw? Like, that's what's going on right now. So just bear with me. I know I'm being a bitch. You didn't do anything wrong. I think, the way stress changes, maybe it just changes the way you communicate, You really have to put the emphasis on the way that you communicate.
I
I
think,
agree.
yeah, that's a huge, huge part of it. Because if you do communicate it, it stops so many disagreements, and
Mhm.
that are not necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, the other day he came home and he had a bad day at work. Adam has so many projects going on, but the job that he goes to every day, he is over a team of developers.
Mhm.
And he came home. I was on the phone with Marshane. I was doing something. I can't even remember what I was doing, but he said something about dinner. It was like 5:30, and he was crabby, and he said something about, like having dinner at 6. I don't even know what, but
With
like
my
it
dinner
set me
woman.
off. And I would have punched him in the throat if he would have said that. But basically, that's what it was, pretty much, without
Yeah.
saying that. But and we usually eat between 6 and 6:30. But I got off the phone. I was on the phone with Marshane. When I got off, he came out and I was like, "You need to know that you really pissed me off." And he's all, "Huh?" Like he didn't even realize what he had said to me,
Yeah.
But I told him, I'm like, not only did it piss me off, but I really strive as my number one job being a wife to do all those wifely things, to have freaking your underwear clean the next day, to
The
have you
next three
come home
minutes is what she meant.
Yeah.
to have you come home to a clean house when you've been working, to have you come home to dinner, to have enough food to pack you stuff to take to work. Like all of that kind of stuff to me is my job.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to be anybody else's. I don't care. Yours
Right.
can look like whatever you want it to look like. That's how it looks like for me, amongst other things, taking care of him. That is my job. And yeah, so I'm like, it hurt my feelings because I take pride in being a good wife to you, and he was like, that all came out wrong, but I just don't let things sit because I could have stewed on that for days and let it be this huge eruption,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've learned obviously with age too that that's stupid and I just
It is.
don't do that.
It's funny because with this Airbnb that we're staying in, it's set up really weird. Like the main master is upstairs by the kitchen. Then there's a downstairs and there's like a living room, a game room, the laundry room. There's another like smaller master downstairs. And then there's a room with like bunk beds. And in the house that we live in, like our actual house is just a 1 story. And the laundry room is right by my bedroom. I do laundry every day. I'm one of those people. I like to do like a load of a day or something so that I don't have a huge pile. But since we've been in this Airbnb, the laundry room's downstairs. So I'll literally throw our dirty clothes down the stairs and then do them throughout the day. And then I've been folding them, and there's like a big counter in the laundry room. So I've just left them down there. I haven't brought them upstairs. And this house also has huge, big windows that we have open all day. And the past like 2 or 3 nights, Chasen gets out of the shower. He's butt naked. The windows are wide open. There's golfers outside. And
Good grief.
he's like, "Babe, where's my underwear?" And I said, "They're clean." And he's like,
Go
"Where
get
are they though?" I'm like, "They're downstairs. You're going to have to go get them." He's like, "Babe, it's your job to bring them up when they're done." And I said, "I've been too busy. You can go down and get them." I'm like, "They're clean, but you got to go downstairs and get them because I haven't had the chance to pack it all back upstairs." I will
Cover the
never
butt.
have that set
Set
up.
up.
No. At least if you have
Convenient.
kids, you can put their pile on the stairs and make them take it down.
Well, that was them,
So,
when we lived in our
Desert
Desert Hills
Hills. I
house.
remember
Yeah.
that. I
stick
remember
on the
it's like,
bottom.
"Jason, grab your clothes on the way up."
Take your shit upstairs. Yeah, I'm not going to walk up there 50 times a damn day.
I do that with Brooklyn because she, like, the upstairs is just her little freaking apartment. And so I put hers at the bottom of the stairs too, but it doesn't matter if there was something on every stair, like, she would never do it. I'm like, do you know what my mom would do if she put stuff on the stairs and I just walk past it? Hell no. She'd be like,
Hell no.
get your ass back down here, pick it up, pick that up too. You forgot something. You
Yep.
dropped
Dropped a
something else.
sock, turn around.
Yeah. Get your butt back down here. What do you think couples fight about most during the holidays? I think probably money, right?
Yeah, as I say, I think it
I
depends on the couple, but I
Yeah.
think probably a huge one is money. And you know what else I bet is another big one is a lot of families I know they do like, we're going to see your family this Christmas, my family next Christmas.
Mhm.
I bet that's a big fight for a lot of people.
I think obviously, like you said, that depends on the relationship because in my situation, we're not seeing nobody but you. So
Yeah. But I know like my friends and stuff like who are married, that's how they do it is, they see one family one year and the next family the next year, and
Hmm.
I can see how, I don't know, I think just splitting time between families can probably cause arguments,
Agreed.
disagreements.
I think that's something that you should actually talk about right when you get married
Agreed. Yeah,
Mhm.
for
or
sure.
before you're married, which I don't think people have enough discussions before they're married that they
No.
should.
Mm.
But yeah, if a family lived out of town, then we did it every other year thing. Like this
Hmm.
year for Thanksgiving, we were with my family. The next year, we're with your family, when kids were little.
Yeah.
Right.
It's different for us now because we have our own kids that are old and grandkids, so we don't do Thanksgiving here one year and Iowa the next year, because that's where Adam's family's from. But
Hmm.
I even told him this year, I said, should we go up to Iowa for Thanksgiving? Because we had a smaller Thanksgiving this year, here. But yeah, that changes with age too. But I think that's something you should talk about and figure out before, so it's not a every holiday comes around and you're stressed about it
Fighting,
trying to
yeah.
figure it out.
With money, fighting over money, I feel like if you have, that expectation beforehand, that eliminates a lot of it. Like, this is what we budgeted for this year, or this is what we can do, or this is what the kids want. Like, what does this look like?
Mhm.
Yeah, because I think, husband and wife can have a totally different opinion of what that looks like. Well, we have some friends, and he said to us, we'd gone to Nashville last year right before Christmas. And he's like, what do you do for your adult kids for Christmas? And I said, well, we have a budget. This is how much we spend per kid.
I do feel like we're at the age where if you were like, we're not getting you Christmas this year, that would not even phase me in the littlest bit.
No.
I'd
Right.
be like, makes sense.
Well, when my mom and dad, when we all hit a certain age, we're like, we don't need anything. When we got
Mhm.
married, stop buying for us.
Right.
Grandma started making her jelly and jam for all of us, which we loved. We look
Yeah.
forward to that every year. I know my grandma Staley, once we got married, she made us, well, those dish towels that I have, the like cheesecloth dish towels
Yeah,
almost.
I have those too.
She would, what was it called? Not embroider, but like almost like
What Grandma Liz does with the
she would draw on them, but it was with a certain paint that you could,
or
and and it would say like Monday, and it would have a little girl
Oh,
on it doing
cute.
dishes, and then Tuesday, and she would do us one for each day of the week, and we loved that.
That's cute.
But I also think, as the older you get, like we talked about, like it's just more about the time together
Time.
and the memories. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would take
Yeah,
that over anything else.
it was actually we're going on a trip with my dad and like my family and stuff in January, and my dad he's visiting this weekend, and he bought the boys all their Christmas and stuff because he's not going to see them on Christmas. So Brixton and Jet opened up their presents, and my dad gave us a wad of cash and was like, "This is for you guys. I want to pay for," because my dad and Chasen had split the Airbnb, and he had given Chasen back the money and said, "I want to pay for it for Christmas." And Chasen was like, no, like I can pay for my half and you can pay for your half. Like you're not going to pay for the whole thing. And I think too, like it wasn't that Chasen didn't want to accept the gift. Like he didn't want to hurt my dad's feelings in that way, but he's also like, I don't need your money. Like I'd rather just spend the time with you. We can use that money while we're on the vacation. Like I don't need your money. I just want the time with you and the memories with you. And I don't want you to feel like you have to go pay for the trip to make it mean something more or whatever. Like, we're
Yep.
just happy to be there with you.
Right.
But another thing I wanted to say when it comes to money and finances with Christmas is Brixton's at that age where he loves the dumbest shit. Like the dumbest shit. Like he's obsessed with rocks. He's obsessed with like fake money. And so we're looking at things to get him and chasing this whole time. He's like, I want to get him a dirt bike. I want to get him a dirt bike. And I'm like, he would like a dirt bike, but he would like it for a day. Like he'd think that's cool and then he'd be over it.
Chasen wants to get him a dirt bike for Chasen.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy.
And so I told him, I'm like, I know that that's something you really want to get and that he would like, but you know what he would love? He would love, you know, those rocks that they have at Black Bear Diner that are like colorful?
Hmm.
We got him those. And he would go balls to the walls over those rocks before he would a dirt bike. And they cost me $7 on
Right.
Amazon. And I think it's just remembering like your kids don't care about how expensive it is, especially at 3 years old. Like, you don't need to go buy and spend all this money. You know, there might be a few gifts that they like that are, you know, a little bit more expensive, but I think most of the time when they're, especially when they're little, it's little cheap things like that that they
Yeah.
are so excited about.
Right.
And then they hit Brecklin's age and they want Uggs and they want Lululemon and they want an iPad and
No, no, they don't because I think I still asked for dolls at 11. I was not asking for skincare in Lululemon.
that's because of
Of you.
social media.
That's because of her grandma.
Whatever. You were my kid, dummy.
Yeah, but if it looks cute, I'll get it from Walmart. I don't care.
I will too. What are you talking about?
My child will not.
I know.
I love Walmart. They've stepped up their game.
They have, yeah.
You know, we've talked about doing day night and kind of just communication between spouses. What do you guys feel like are some practical ways to protect your relationship or keep it where it needs to be during stressful seasons?
I don't know if it's even during stressful seasons, but we tried this in November, but like everybody was so sick. Like the whole freaking month, we had so much going on, we just failed at it. So we started again December 1st, and I found this challenge for couples, and it's just one thing that you do every day, whether it's like a talking point, a question, like just different things, you know. But I actually felt like that's been pretty cool.
I love that you guys are really focused on making your relationship good right now because you guys have been through a lot of struggles and you're going through a lot of struggles with co-parents and children issues, you know, so the fact that you guys are making your relationship a priority and trying to keep that on track and to make it better every day is really impressive.
I agree.
Yeah, it's like day and night difference, but it's just because we've really tried to be so intentional and just make that literally the center and the focus of everything because we realize, you know, if this is rock solid, everything else around it will be fine.
I completely agree. The parent relationship plays a huge part in everything.
Hmm.
I think another really important thing that probably since Brixton's been a little bit older, so I would say probably the last 6 months, one thing that me and Chasen always try to do is Brixton has a set bedtime, and I think this is my personal opinion, but I think that every kid should have a set bedtime. I think a nighttime routine is huge for every single kid. So Brixton is showered, brushed teeth, everything in bed by 8 o'clock, and usually asleep at the latest by like 8:30. And then that gives me and Chasen an hour and a half to 2 hours of just time for ourselves.
Hmm.
And I've actually noticed since we've been in our Airbnb, because at home we only have two bedrooms. We have the master and then we have Brixton's room and then we have a casita, but we obviously can't put a kid in the casita. So Jet's been in our room. So after Brixton goes to bed, we usually just get in bed and we might have a little bit of pillow talk and go to bed. But since we've been in the casita, we put the boys downstairs and go to bed, and then we hang up upstairs or we go hot tub. And I'm like, I told Chase and I said, as much as I hate living in this house because it's not homey, I'm like, one thing I have loved this past week is just having time with you at the end of the day where we can just hang out. We can go hot tub, or we can just sit in the room and watch a movie together, where at home it's like we don't do that because Jet's in our room, and we need to make that more of a priority when we get back home of, okay, even if Jet's in our room, let's go hang out in the living room or whatever.
Yeah, you really don't realize like what a huge difference that can make.
Mm-hmm.
I think so many parents focus on their kids for so long, that is the priority, and they don't take time for each other, that when their kids are gone, they're like, the hell,
They're like, who are you?
I don't even like you,
Yeah.
you know? So no, I think that's huge to have that time together at night. We don't have kids at home, but Adam is a workaholic. I hate to say that, but
Yeah.
he really is. He has very high dreams, very high goals, and he wants to achieve those. He's 36. He wants to achieve those within the next couple of years. So he's working all the time. He comes home from work and he works in his office at home. And, we have dinner together every night, and then he'll go back in there and work for a while. But we do have that cutoff time where it's like, okay, now it's our time to spend together, and even if we just lay in bed, that's probably my favorite thing, is just to like lay in bed and
Have pillow talk.
cuddle. I lay on him and he wraps his arm around me and we cuddle and watch something, or just feeling that, closeness and yeah, chit chatting
And it
Pillow
yeah,
talk's my favorite.
me too. And it doesn't even have to be, like an hour. It doesn't have to be long, as it's the intention is behind it and it's that quality time between the two of you.
10-minute pillow talk,
How was your day? How was work?
Yeah.
what can I do for you this week to help your week be better?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think there's so many little things that we can do to keep the relationship, especially this time of year where things can be so stressful. Even though you guys can't really do a date night because Brecklin is old enough to tend, but Brecklin's not supposed to be left alone because of her health issues that she has. But, you just taking that time at night to do something after the kids are asleep together,
Mhm.
Yeah. We've even set up, put the kids to sleep and set up a date night like in the living room and light some candles and,
Do what you
play a
can.
game. Or yeah, it's just
Well, and there's so many other people that are in situations like yours that don't have the help and maybe are struggling to find ways to find time for each other. And that is a good one. Just set a bedtime for your kids. They expect it. They're in bed by a certain time, and then that's your guys' time to do whatever you want to do.
yeah,
laughing together. I feel like,
huge.
yeah, a huge connection.
It's actually funny. Pretty much every night, part of mine and Jason's pillow talk is going through and saying the things that Brixton has said to us that day.
Yeah.
His newest thing is Mindy experienced it for the first time the other day in person, was when you drive in the car, the second the car slows down,
Oh
go
my
mom, go mom,
God.
go mom.
It is horrible. I've never met a 3-year-old that was such a horrible backseat driver.
He's like, what are you
I was
doing?
telling Adam about it. Literally, she'll slow down and he's all, go mom, green, go. She's like, it's red. I was like, oh my hell. Every time we stopped.
Why
Every
are we
time.
moving?
He won't even be watching the road. He'll be playing with his toys in the back, and the second he feels the car slowing down, go mom.
That's so cute.
Oh my gosh, it kills me.
Excuse me, chauffeur. I have somewhere to be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cute.
Something that me and Chasen do a lot is running our errands together, mostly because my kids are too insane to take them by myself, so I make him go with me. But I think that it's something fun. I don't mind running errands when I'm with Chasen or with, you or my mom or someone to help me. But I think just having your partner to go with you, it makes it feel like less of a chore and more of just something fun to do for that day.
It does, because running errands is always a chore, but I feel like when you're doing it with your spouse, with your partner, whatever, you can chit chat in the car, you can chit chat while you're there, you can make fun of the people in the stores if you want to together.
Babe, did you see that lady?
That was rude. I shouldn't have said it. Speaking of rude, I told Adam the other night, like, we all know I'm most of the time late. I have been since I was born.
Most?
Yeah, there's
No,
sometimes
you want to know something that's funny? I was literally thinking on the way here. I said to myself in my head, $100. I walk in there, Mindy's still in the bathroom getting ready. $100. Walk in,
You can expect that. It's your job to set this up. To do everything
Yeah,
else, it's your
that was
job to set this up. And then when it's done, then I can
Yeah,
come
but it
out.
doesn't matter where we're going. Anywhere.
No.
Anywhere you go, anywhere you need to be. You can always expect Mindy 5 to 10 minutes late.
always.
Sometimes I'm not, once in a while, but most of the time I am late. And I told Adam when we were talking about it, because Adam's like, you got to be there 15 minutes early or you're late.
Yeah.
Like, that's his time that he runs on. And so one day we were talking about that. It was a nightly question. And I said, where do you think we differ the most? I might have talked about this in our relationship besides our age gap. And he said something about the fact that he could up and move away from his family and he didn't think I could ever do that.
Oh yeah, you did tell us
Yeah,
this.
which I don't think I could. Mine was the time thing because he's always on early. I always run 5 to 10 minutes late.
You should make that your New Year's resolution.
No, but I probably should, but I'll probably fail. So, make them realistic so you don't fail. I told him I feel like it's so rude to be late, but I don't feel like I'm a rude person. But then when we were talking 2 nights ago, I'm like, I am rude. And so is he. Like, our love language is like saying rude things to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in a
But
teasing
that's our whole
way.
family.
Like if you knew someone was self-conscious, you wouldn't be like, "Wow, you look fat today."
No, I would never like come to some guy that I knew in high school and be like, "You're balding," or "You're getting fat" to a girl, or I would never say anything like that. But yeah, we kind of can be rude. Grandma always said, you have to have thick skin to hang out with our family. You really do.
So true, you do.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of all of us.
Yeah, we're all rude.
I told Luis, I think it was actually in the shower the other day, and I don't know what brought it up, but
I shower together. Ew.
yeah, we do.
I was like, "Do you not ever shower with Adam?"
Yes, but I hate showering together because I like the water
Me too.
scalding hot, and he gets in and turns it cold every time.
I'm
And
excited
like,
for my double shower head. We won't have that problem
well,
anymore.
we have two heads, but they come from the same faucet, which is stupid.
Yeah,
we have
ours-
like 14, and we still share the same one for whatever reason. But I think we shower
That
together
and
more often than not.
our old shower was like, it had two heads, but the problem was they were so close to each other, and our shower wasn't very big, and so it was always like one person was
Bumping
always
each other.
cold, and yeah, he'd be scrubbing his hair, and I'm like getting
You
elbowed
elbow
in
me.
the eye.
Yeah.
What were you saying about your shower?
Oh, I don't know how we got on the topic, but I brought up, this just goes with having thick skin and being a bunch of assholes, about how I had brought somebody, I won't say who.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
To Grandma Andy's house. Somebody had started dating, and she was like, "No offense, but I'm not even going to try to learn your name because I don't know." If she said like it'll be somebody new next week or whatever. And
Yeah.
she wasn't wrong, but
No, he didn't last very long.
that was like the nicest person you'll ever meet. So for her to say that was like,
Well, she told me that she wanted me to stop coming to family dinner because my family was too loud. And then the next week we didn't show up because we had stuff going on, and she thought we hurt our feelings. And I said, "Grandma, it's going to take a lot more than telling me my family's loud to hurt my feelings."
Grandma Andy.
Yeah.
I mean, she was teasing her.
Was she?
I mean, you are loud.
Every person in my damn family is loud.
I think it's really important to give grace, especially during the stressful seasons when emotions are high.
That has been the biggest thing. Like actually in our, I don't want to say our whole relationship, but the last couple of years is giving each other, well, we say giving each other the grace to grow. That has literally been like the foundation of everything. I think that grace is huge.
Let's do a little holiday this or that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Make out in a car or sneak away at a family party.
Make
Sneak
out in the
away.
car.
Sneak away.
I think it's more spontaneous to sneak away because what if you get caught? Sexy text or whispered comment across the table.
text.
I'm gonna say me and Jason both do the comment across the table.
Jason doesn't do it quietly, though. I've heard it quite a few times. He's not very quiet about it.
It's because he doesn't know how to be quiet.
He doesn't have a turned down volume.
He has a maximum and a maximum plus.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can choose one of those. I mean, I guess if I had to choose one, it'd probably be the text. I feel like.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know about you and your texts.
I would say maybe like a look of, oh, you're going to get it, you know, like.
Yeah. I like those looks. That's one thing that I love the most is that Adam still looks at me like he did when we very first dated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I get so bugged because he's like, show me your boobs. You know,
Yeah,
we'll be driving and it's like, show me your boobs, show me a nipple. Like stuff like that. And I'm like, ugh. But then I think you should really appreciate that he like
still likes you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He still wants to see them.
We've had this conversation before because Chase will do stuff like that and it bugs me. And then I'll be telling your mom about it and she'll be like, yeah, well, that just means he still loves you. Yeah. I'm like, it's true.
But sometimes you're like, don't you just want to like snuggle and tell me I'm beautiful instead of, you know, trying to grab ass?
They hold you and snuggle you with the intention that they're going to get a piece of ass as soon as that's done.
Mm-hmm.
They work very differently than we do.
Yes.
So you enjoy the second that they give you of the cuddle before you have to give it up.
Yeah.
Matching Christmas jammies or hell no?
I like the matches. Yeah, I think it's fun. It's cute. Holiday stress sex or no sex until January? I don't think people really do that.
Some people probably do.
No sex for a whole month? The only time I would not have sex for a month is after I've had a baby.
How else are you going to relieve all that stress?
That's the thing. Great stress reliever.
Yeah.
Who initiates more in the relationship?
Chasen.
I think it's about equal.
I think we are too.
I think that it depends on, like, if it's initiating sex, then Chasen. For me. But it's not because I don't want to. It's just because the kids have exhausted me for the day. And when I get in the bed, I'm like,
good night. Yeah.
I always tell Adam he has a window. And we have to, like, hit that window. Because after a certain point, then I'm just like...
Yeah,
I literally...
What, 17
if we're
minutes?
having sex, we're doing it now. Because not in 10 minutes, I'll be too tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't. He likes to turn the damn TV on before we go to bed. But I'm like, okay, we have to have sex first, then you can
watch the show. Yeah.
Because if we watch the show first, I'm going to fall asleep on your chest.
Right.
And then be pissed if you wake me up because then I won't be able to fall back asleep after.
I'm not pissed. I just don't find it as fun. I can't. Like,
I'm pissed.
My whole body is asleep.
Only because my body is the type, if I fall asleep once, it's the same thing with Memphis. It pisses me off. If I fall asleep and he wakes me up,
the dog.
Yeah, the dog wakes me up in an hour. My body will not fall back asleep. It drives me insane.
Yeah. Are you spicier in the winter or the summer?
I think the summer because I feel more confident in myself.
That I was going to say, I don't feel like there's a time. I just know that I'm more confident in the summer because I always feel better when I'm tan.
Mm-hmm.
When you're tan, and I feel like, I mean, maybe this isn't everybody.
You're more in shape.
Yeah, because I feel like you're like, oh, I'm going to be out in a swimsuit or this or that. So, yeah.
Agreed. Do holidays make you feel closer or more overwhelmed?
I think both. I think that I feel really close to him, but also feel overwhelmed at the same time. Because I think with us, we both get so excited about our kids and like watching them open their gifts. And I feel like that is something that has brought us together, is both getting so excited, especially now that Brixton's at the age that he gets excited. And he's been saying Santa for like days and Christmas. And we're like, yep, it's almost time. So I think both.
I think closer because, not to say we don't the rest of the year, but I think around the holidays we work even more as a team. Like even Thanksgiving, cooking all day together on Thanksgiving, or planning the gifts for the kids and all of that like together. So I think closer.
Adam is a big holiday person. He loves Christmas. He loves the holidays. So I feel like that helps. If you have a bah humbug spouse, that's kind of crappy. What's one thing that your partner does that still drives you wild instantly?
So that is in a sexy way? Or that's just like you're driving me nuts?
No, wild is different than crazy. I guess that's why we changed it.
Mm, backward hat and sweats.
You say?
I said backward hat and sweats. Done instantly.
I like a backward hat, but I love when I'm standing somewhere and he comes up behind me and just wraps his arm around me and kisses me on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a
That's
good
like
one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
instantly butterflies.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna share mine.
Oh.
Maybe if it wasn't with you two, but maybe.
Share it. We don't care.
No, I'm not.
You cannot leave all of our 30 followers hanging.
You don't have one that's less rated R or rated X?
It's not. I guess it's. No, I'm not gonna.
Oh my hell. Really?
Well, what if my dad was?
I never seen you embarrassed over something like this.
Jason wears a banana hammock.
No, it was actually so funny because one time he was like buying me like lingerie and he's like, "What should I wear?" And I'm like, "Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Please nothing," because that will be turn on. That will be
Weird.
like, "What the fuck are you wearing?"
Yeah.
I think that one of like, I think it's my favorite thing because it's like Chasen's favorite thing is almost every time before we have sex. This feels really
Oh
weird.
my
We
hell.
don't judge you for the other weird
We're making this such a big damn deal, and we're both going to be like, cool, bro, when you're done.
I won't say
Well, I
clippers.
just feel like it's probably even more weird for Kate, honestly, because if someone was telling me this about my brother, I'd be like, ugh.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Okay, I'm usually like one of those people, I don't like to be like tossed around when I'm having sex. I don't want to feel like I'm being bullied. Yeah.
Being bullied?
Yeah, being bullied. Like,
Yeah,
I
like
don't.
to be choked or your hair pulled or bit.
No, I like to be
Sometimes.
choked,
Not
actually.
bit.
But I don't like to be bit or my hair
Don't
pulled.
bite me. What?
Choking, that's a good that's a good
Little
feeling.
tug sometimes.
No, but
I can't
Chasen's
hear you when you add in.
Go ahead.
Chasen's favorite thing before we have sex is to 69, but he's very like toss me on top of him about it, and I love that. So there we go, it's out.
That wasn't a big
Jeez.
deal. That's called foreplay, and I think everybody needs foreplay before they insert their dick into you.
I know, but it's weird to talk about foreplay with his mom and his sister.
I don't care. If you didn't do it, I would think you were weird. So,
Well, yeah, I'm not like, here, put it in dry as a bone.
let's see how much skin we can tear off each other.
Ew. Ow.
Ew. Oh, that would be horrible.
Okay, well, with that. Cool, bro. Would you rather stay in and binge watch TV or dress up for a party?
Stupid.
Dress up for a party.
Stay in.
I like going to it. I mean, I guess it depends on like a work party. No, but like a fun party with like my besties and their husbands. I think that's fun.
Yeah, we don't have
You need
that.
to get some besties.
I do. I have besties.
I like both. I mean, there's a fine line of I don't always want to be going and doing something.
Yeah.
I like our time together. I think that's a really important thing too, is to say no together, to
yeah.
be on each other's team, to
Mhm.
not be against each other. And, if we get an invite to something, if there's too much going on, we're not going to squeeze that in, and we're both on agreement of that, but
Right.
yeah, we've had Christmas parties, we've had multiple work events, and that's fun to get dressed up and go to those. But I also like just our time where we stay in and watch those cheesy ass Christmas movies.
Mhm.
Or Die Hard. Die Hard is a tradition for us because when we got married, Adam said it was the best Christmas show ever. And we disagreed about this for years because it's a shoot 'em up, bang, bang, which I don't think is a Christmas movie,
I've
but
never seen it.
Me neither.
we have to watch it every year. So it is set at Christmas time. They do end up happily ever after in the end, but there's a lot of gore in between. So
All right, peeps, I need to wrap this up. I got lots to do today.
this week's tip is to do one small intentional thing for your partner.
Thanks for hanging out with us on today's episode of She Who Thrives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. We'll be back next Wednesday with a brand new episode. But until then, remember, no matter what you're doing in life, do it to the best of your abilities and always strive to thrive. See you later.
Jingle balls.